Evening, actually, or good morning or good night, depending on where you are or what time it is. It's Sunday, July 26, 2026. It's 072626. Look at that. And it's Fakeologist with Prophet of Fiction from Oaxaca? Zoaca? Oh, how do you say that?
Oaxaca is quite close.
Oaxaca. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oaxaca, Mexico. Welcome to the show. Welcome back.
Thanks. Good to be back.
Now, next week, I promise I'm going to be off because it's going to be a holiday on the Monday. So unless something drastic happens, I'm going to declare it right now. August 2 to August 6th, the normal shows will not be running on the Fakeologist Network. So you have been warned, everybody, including the great prophet of fiction.
All right. We won't ask where you're going.
I'm not going anywhere. I just taking a break. Might run over the border. We'll see.
The beach?
The beach, the border. Might head to the United States if they let me in. And that's about it. Not too far. Day trip, that kind of thing. Not too far. No extensive trip.
Yeah. Would your wife join you?
Oh yeah, that's the only reason I'd go. She likes to go shopping. Yeah, we it's all family time for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. How is the air there? Is it completely clear now?
Yeah, it's fine. We haven't had any smoke days in a while.
Yeah.
And by the way, no calls tonight. Peter's got a lot to do, a lot to say.
And we have limited time.
Here's the smoke map, and you can see that it's really, I don't notice it. There's a couple blips over Toronto. I don't know what that is. It's not even hazy. So I guess this light yellow. Well, actually, there are no fires in Ontario. If you look here.
Right. It's moved west. Yeah.
Well, those are different fires, and those are all in the United States. I think we should sue America now because those fires in Oregon and southern Washington State, they're all blowing north, but there's nothing burning up here.
I hope Brian out there is fine.
Yeah, he's up here near Seattle, but most of the burning is in East Oregon, East Washington. Looks like Idaho's on fire.
Right.
But we're good. There's no fires here. What are you? The fire's out. And the bridge is opening on tomorrow, I think.
Well, they accomplished their goal. I guess it's to keep up the fear of global warming.
Well, it ain't going to work on me. It's going to work on you.
No, but we are not the average Joe.
No. You can't blame every single weather on anthropomorphic climate change.
Well, they do. They do, though. But
they can try, but it's not going to work. People are already not believing. And Bill Gates last year even said it's probably not that bad. And so he was blaming it on something else now. He switched gears because he knows nobody believes the BS.
Yeah. Do you believe they were set on purpose?
No.
Why not?
I think it's just mismanagement. I think the Agenda 21 it's part of the Earth Charter where they don't want man in certain areas of the
many areas. Yeah.
They want it wilded. So if they want everything to let nature take its course. And so no, I don't think so. I just think that they're not managing the fire areas.
Hey, Tommy.
That's my take. What do you think?
I think it's. I think nature doesn't. Forests don't naturally burn, despite what they tell us.
Okay.
And lightning strikes. They're not bolts of fire. They are electricity, and they can scar trees, but they don't cause fires. If they did, we would have fires all the time because lightning strikes are so common.
But what about in a dry forest?
Well, still, we're dealing with an electric bolt going through a tree. It can sparkle a bit, but
Okay.
I'm not familiar with. I'm not an expert, but I don't think this is normal. It's the patterns.
You
Both,
see conspiracy.
yeah. Not only are the patterns of the fires themselves, the spatial patterns, suspect, as people noted, there were lines formed, and they were not in line with the wind. That was in northern Ontario. And secondly, it's just suspicious that some years you don't have them and some years you do. And I live in this little village which is always has a dry season, and 3 years ago we had a pile of fires. Seemed like every week there was a firefighting team going out, and then before that and after that, nothing, absolutely zero. So I'm highly suspicious of. I strongly suspect, yeah, people are starting these on purpose.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I'm just not as suspicious as you. My wife says I'm not a good fakeologist, but I don't think there's anything to see here. I think they're just blaming normal fires, forest fires, bad fire management, lack of resources,
Yeah.
letting the land rewild and let it burn where it must. I think that's all part of it.
Well,
Um,
like I say, if that were true, then we would never have old growth forests. They would not exist. So,
mhm. But I think the benefit is when the smoke comes into the major media centers of Canada and the United States, for instance, it came all the way over Toronto, the media center of Canada, and it
yeah,
did hit New York City, the media center of New York. So
yeah,
people want an explanation, so they give them an explanation, even if it's completely bogus.
yeah. And I guess you refer to the global warming.
Yeah, they want they're blaming a fire for whatever the is on the agenda or global climate change. Man-made, so stop doing what you're doing. Stop eating beef and all the other
Yeah, yeah.
nonsensical.
It's quite convenient for them.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
know.
all.
Every time an iceberg falls, too, it's the same thing. Or
Exactly.
not
Let's
iceberg, sorry. What did I say? A glacier.
Yeah, that's my take. I'm not really, I don't think it made any difference. I don't think anyone's paying attention on that one, so
Oh, no, I think people, well, yeah, I can't read everyone's mind, but people seem to be absorbed financially, economically.
yeah.
Yeah. I promised to cover the Odyssey movie a little better.
Okay, yeah, Mr. E did a review as well, so, I watched his review. I don't
Yeah.
loo it looks like my, daughter already went to see the movie without me, so it's a very low chance now I'm gonna go.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did you go?
Mr. E focused on Athena and her
Mhm.
alter ego, Mentir, I think was the alter ego's name, which sounds like man, and the text says
Mhm.
that Athena turns into a man.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the extent, though, of his analysis. It's very limited, let's say. And
Yeah, maybe. Did you see it, yourself? The movie?
no,
Oh,
no,
you didn't see it, okay.
no. What I'm going to say is based entirely on the text, and I assume this will be relevant to the movie. Um, let's begin then. The Odyssey is Odysseus' return trip home from Troy,
Okay.
and and that war was supposed to last 10 years. Crazy stuff. 1,000 ships parked on a beach somehow managed to wage a war around the city for 10 years. And sounds faintly familiar too. Sounds very modern. Such an extended war. But on his way back, he spent 10 more years getting back home.
Mhm.
Very nice symmetry there. And one of his stops adventures was on, I believe it's pronounced Circe's island. Circe,
yeah.
the witch, yeah. And she turns men into pigs. And, well, pigs are edible food. And the word Circe, if we treat the two C's, it's spelled with C's, if we treat them as hard C's, we get Kirky. Some people do pronounce it that way, Kirky. And Kirk, without the E, just Kirk is Scottish for church. And kerk is Dutch for church. So the origin of that word is a church. And as I've tried to demonstrate, prove, is that churches were cannibal kitchens in the past. So turning men into pigs on a Kirky island fits very nicely the cannibal narrative.
I got the summary of the Odyssey on here. Circe, the enchantress, turns men into pigs.
Yeah. Not because she's so beautiful. No, it's some other reason. Another stop is at the cave of Cyclops.
Yeah, Polyphemus.
Right, Polyphemus, or should we say polyphemes, four-legged, many-legged. He is also one-eyed. You can, kind of reminiscent of the one-eye symbol of the Illuminati, maybe. Whatever that means, it is their signature. The cave where he raises or at least keeps his sheep. So this fits in perfectly with my reading that historically we are dealing with a cult that raised humans underground, sheep being a common, at least Christian, symbol for humans. So Cyclops raising his humans underground, and Odysseus escapes by stabbing Polyphemus through the eye. And it's kind of funny, he's not only stabs him through the eye, but somehow clings to the bottom of the sheep as they exit the cave so that the giant can't notice him. Imagine a full-grown man trying to hang from the bottom of a sheep. I think I'm missing something there.
Are you showing your screen at all?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Just boring notes here.
Oh, you got notes today. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And another stop was at the island of Calypso, where he spends 7 years. Beautiful, what's he called? He's not quite human. He's a, what are those beautiful fairies called? But regardless, he's immortal, and she promises him immortality if she stays with him and doesn't return to his wife. But after
I'm just reading here. Who is it here? Nikia? No.
Calypso.
It's not. Oh yeah, Calypso. The nymph holds Odysseus captive for 7 years on her island until the gods, mainly Athena and Zeus, force her to release him.
Nymph, of course. So invoking nymphomania.
Well, yeah, that's where it comes from.
Yeah, but the point here is not sex, but the promise of immortality, which is a WCC obsession. The cannibals don't just like the taste of human meat; they're into extending their lives with adrenochrome.
Right.
So we got 3 stops that are closely related to the themes that I focus on when speaking about the WCC and their horrid habits. So hecatombs, they keep, I think in both the Iliad and the Odyssey, the Odysseus and the Greeks must sacrifice hecatombs to the gods to make good weather for sailing and maybe
Oh,
good
yeah.
luck.
What's a hecatomb?
It's a large, it's like a Holocaust in the Bible. A Holocaust was a large number of animals burnt in sacrifice.
Oh, burnt offering.
Burnt offering, yeah. Hecatombs is spelled with a BS at the end, no pun intended. So linguists kind of scratch their heads about what this means. I think I can explain it very easily. You have Hecate, the underground goddess. Hecatombs, and tombs is just an English word for a burial place for humans.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the underground goddess and humans in tombs underground. It's all connected to what I say about the WCC, raising humans for sacrifice underground. The word, I don't usually use the word tomb, but yeah, we could use that. And the story ends with Odysseus, it's like Judgment Day. As I said, the Odyssey is a little bit like the New Testament, and then the final scene, as Odysseus returns home, he wants to slaughter the suitors who were continually hoping that his abandoned wife would marry them. Supposedly spent 20 years on his estate, in his hall, having a good time, entertaining his son. But Odysseus wasn't happy about it and decided to kill them all. Plus to kill the maids or maidens because they, I guess, slept with the suitors.
Right.
Yeah, it's very kind of extreme justice you might, associate with Judgment Day. What was I going to say? Yeah, Telemachus, the son of Odysseus, for some reason, decides to help his father kill everyone. Really, 20 years. The suitor spent 20 years on his estate. It was still functioning. I say, if you leave your wife for 20 years, maybe she should marry another man.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. Especially to fight a war that had nothing to do with your land and country far abroad. A really stupid war fought because a queen decided to abandon her post and spend her life with a foreigner named Paris. Yeah, I think last week I spoke about the name Troy and Troyes in France.
Yes.
And there's another French connection, right? The leading character among the Trojans is Paris, and the other is Hector. And well, Hector is very Spanish. So we are in Western Europe. Anyway, during the kind of mini Armageddon, Judgment Day, after killing all the maidens, Telemachus strings them up, or before they are killed, maybe he hangs them between two pillars. And I thought about that. What kind of hall 3,000 years ago would have pillars in it big enough to hang, I think it was 12 maidens.
The suitors, no?
No, it was the maidens who got that treatment. The suitors were shot with bow and arrow.
The arrow, yeah, through the head. It's in here.
Yeah. Also, somewhat impossible because you're in a closed environment. Two men with bow and arrow fighting against undetermined number of suitors in basically a dining hall. I don't see bow and arrow being very effective.
No.
So, but anyway, war is fake, and that's it's part of the story here. In any case, the hanging of the maidens between the two pillars agrees with what I've argued about a couple of months ago, talking about the purpose of the two rows of pillars that exist, or columns that exist in many cathedrals. What were they for? It's not just supporting structures. They tend to have multiple purposes for everything. And so I argue that they were for hanging meat, letting it hang dry, as they say, and cure, or as I think is the word, cure too.
Yeah, cure.
Yeah, for a minimum 3 days. So that's that. Oh, and to go back to the Iliad, the Trojan War, that's supposed to end with the burning of Troy. And, well, I assume Troy was a stone city. So I don't know how you burned that, but this problem, or this claim that stone cities burn is actually has a lot of historical precedent. As, for example, Chicago, San Francisco, Toronto all suffered at least one fire that destroyed old world buildings, but those buildings are all almost 100% stone. And so the gentleman who runs the My Lunch Hour YouTube channel, he has also said that this makes no sense. You can't burn stone buildings, stone cities. And he suspects that these early 20th century, late 19th century city fires were actually bombings with, before World War I even introduced this kind of technology. So, and I suspect they bombed much more of the old city of Toronto than they tell us, because, well, you would know very well that there are a few old world buildings, like, I'm not sure that's the right word, but the classical heavy stone architecture.
Yeah, well, our old city hall.
Yeah, old city hall, Queen's Park, St. George campus. And then if you come to the close to Lakeshore downtown, there are a few there. So what happened to all the space between all the I think it would have been a continuous stone old world city from St. George to nearly Lakeshore.
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought of that, but
it seems plausible. But no, they don't admit that much was burned. Although they do admit significant, like several blocks were disappeared. That fire. And now, we started with fires too. Fires in France and Spain and England.
Yeah, I haven't looked into the fires of France because it's not really promoted in our media.
No. Anyway, I'm suggesting.
Eric is asking you a question in the chat.
Okay. In the movie, the ship stopped at a place with giant knights. Yeah, I've never remembered that stop. I looked up the book, and there was a stop where giant cannibals were. Yeah, not knights. There was they're called the Lotus Eaters, was one stop I didn't talk about, implying that the people there were drug addicts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they took some freedom with some liberty with the book.
Well, as you can.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why they thought knights, giant knights would be interesting. Okay.
Yeah, anyone that watched the movie, give us a rating out of 5 and put it in the chat here.
Yeah.
It's getting a 4.4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I think Letterboxd has taken over as the preferred movie rating site. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Letterboxd?
Well, I don't watch movies anymore, so.
I think we were talking about this on the Discord chat that Rotten Tomatoes is owned by Paramount. All these websites were bought over by maybe some studios.
That's convenient. Thanks. No conflict of interest.
Yeah, a bit of a conflict there. Well, I don't think so the Odyssey is a set of 24 poems, and they put it in a book. I guess that's the
Well, yeah, you could say 24 chapters.
24 chapters, 24 poems. Yeah.
Just like the Bible likes to call every chapter a book.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Even the shortest, like a 3-page book of prophecies, I forget which one it was, maybe Haggai, but it's still called a book.
I got it. Okay. Now, you also titled the show Fakeology Banquet, so I assume you want to talk about other things that were on the show?
Sure. Yeah, we've already covered a couple of things.
Erica gives it 5 out of 5.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good for her.
Uh-huh. Well, one more note about the smoke. People have reported strange smells, acrid, plasticky smells.
Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Let's see. Yeah. More weather stuff going on. China is just non-stop rain and floods. It's something I hope we can talk about with climate viewer Jim.
He just gave me a thumbs up in my message, and I said email me. So
Okay.
he still hasn't responded. At least he acknowledged I sent him a message. So I'm not going to kill myself to interview someone if they don't want to come on.
No, he needs to find time. He has.
Yeah.
I think he has a job now too, and family. So
that's okay. Well, he does other interviews. He was on Uncle Odd's show. Not exactly.
Okay.
The bee's knees of shows, but he did that. So you're saying China, it's raining all over China?
It's quite bizarre. The number of problems.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a weather radar of China.
Yeah. No, well, it's not normal. A few dams have given way. But they do have lots of dams, probably the most of any country.
Yeah, I don't see anything really other than regular rain here on the China radar for today.
Let's see. I'll try to open a.
Are we done the Odyssey? So you're not going to see it. Do you do reviews or assistance with your students on the book?
No, it's never part of the curriculum. Shakespeare, yes, because it's English. But, and I've never found a version of the Odyssey or the Iliad that I can teach. So, because the original, good English translations are for university students. just like maybe similar to original Shakespeare. It's very hard for students to make it through original Shakespeare. So I always teach modern English versions. But I can't find a good one for.
Well,
for
it
the
says
Odyssey.
here in Guangdong, they've evacuated 700,000 people because of hurricane or typhoon Newell.
Yeah, it's just on the heels of the previous typhoon.
Yeah.
A week later.
Okay. But is there any, I think you believe in weather manipulation.
Yeah, I
Okay.
do. And I think they're intentionally creating a drought in the States.
Where's there a drought in the States?
Where isn't there? Well, the whole west side, and what's it called? The Midwest, the growing region. That's why it's being covered by quite a few people. And what's his? I forgot one of them, but the wheat harvest looks to be the lowest in 100 years. The cattle herd is lowest in 100 years.
Okay.
And people wonder why food prices are going up. Well, that's one reason. So, and China is the number one food producer in the world now. I don't know how much of that is for export.
Is that right? Did not know.
I was surprised. I thought it would be the U.S., but no, U.S. is number 3 after China and India.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two of the top 3 food producers are struggling right now. The U.S. most certainly, and China, well, that remains to be seen with this flooding. I suppose a lot of wheat and grain come from China.
Okay. I'd have to look that up. I don't know any of that. So mainly it's in Guangdong, which is on the coast near Hong Kong and Macau. Heavy rain. So it's on the coast. So I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary, is there, for typhoon at the coast?
Maybe not for this one. Maybe not yet. I don't know. But there's been plenty of flooding inland. And well, the news source. Pardon?
The Liulan Reservoir dam breach. 26 deaths.
Yeah, officially, right? So it's hard to know what to make of some of the news coming out of China. It just looks too bad, even for me to believe. But there's been coverage or worries now about the Three Gorges Dam. You know what we say about Chinese engineering and quality. So things are collapsing. It was
well, I know, but there's mixed reviews on that in terms of because most of it's Western engineering that has built China.
True enough, yeah.
But I don't know, the quality I don't think is a big problem anymore on certain things.
No,
I just don't know. There's the reservoir way over there. Doesn't really help me try and figure out where that is, but it looks like it's mainly in the south.
Mm-hmm.
Big country.
It is. Is it
Massive country.
Number 4 in the world, maybe?
Yeah, this is way in the south end, isn't it?
Yeah. I have a student on that island.
Is that Haiku?
Hainan.
Oh, I'm trying to find. It says Haiku is the capital of that. I don't even know what province. So that's. Hainan is that a province of China?
It is. Yeah, it's kind of the summer getaway place for those who can afford it.
Okay. Yeah, it's the southernmost point in China, I guess. Interesting.
Yeah.
You have a student there, huh?
Yeah, just for a few weeks before he flies back.
Interesting city.
Yeah.
And Google Maps has been there. There you go. There's a little bit of Hainan or haiku in Hainan. Okay, what else you got? You're going to share something here?
Yeah, I haven't actually watched the entire thing, but
Oh, Epstein Island. Whoa.
in 2002, the Scooby-Doo Spooky Island. And yeah, well, okay, they predicted Epstein Island, or they foreshadowed.
Is there any evidence there's really an island?
That's yeah. Weren't there a couple of truthers, the three of them?
Yeah, Jeff. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him for that story.
The same, yeah. And even if it exists, I know that was not a place where they did anything. That little building temple was a joke, just a toy they put there. But that's how they laugh at us, as we get excited about the wrong things while the real crimes are going on somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same as with the fake wars, fake shootings. Okay, you got our attention focused on fakery while the real crimes are continuing. I did wonder as I noticed this, why Tim Osmond doesn't cover stuff like this. Part of this movie also. I want to share another screen.
Yeah, we're on your screen, so just replace that with whatever you got.
Yeah, one moment.
And
we can play some of this.
Gironde, France, is where the fires are, near Bordeaux. So that would be the west coast of France.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the fires are. For what it's worth.
Okay, yeah. Here is the little clip we could watch and critique. It's I don't know. Is it funny?
Well, this whole Epstein story has been going on a long time.
Yeah, no, this clip is not related to the Epstein story. I don't. Although we could talk about that afterwards. It's 2 minutes 46 seconds.
Okay.
All right, I'll run.
Is that Thelma?
I don't know.
Oh, it's buffering.
Dinner show.
I've never seen the movie. I want
I got bad feelings about this school.
Free room. Now for the main course. You.
Oh, this fits your cannibal theme.
Pardon?
This fits your cannibal theme. You must like this.
Yeah, it's kind of horrifying that I keep finding it everywhere.
Jinkies, they're moving toward us. Run!
We're trapped!
Quick, try the bookcase. What? One of these has got to open a secret passageway.
Velma, this is a ride!
You got a better plan, Fred?
What do we do?
Do what we do best, Scoob!
It's plastic.
What do you care? You drink out of the toilet?
So do you.
I'm not helpless. I'm not helpless. I am helpless. I'm gonna die. Oh!
We made it, Scoob! We're alive! That was weird.
Boy, I'm sure glad I missed that movie. It looks terrible.
No kidding. Oh.
Awful.
You mean just the production quality or the
Everything.
content?
Even the cartoon was stupid, but it filled up airtime. But the movie looks horrible. Who played Shaggy?
I don't know. Not my dog.
Or sorry, who's the I don't even remember any of the names anymore.
No. But yeah, there's the cannibal theme again. And it's set in a very medieval castle, church-like building. And clearly the whole, this is our culture too. It seems obsessed with generating adrenaline rushes. And to think that we really, have children watching this stuff, kind of disgusts me. And well, this adrenaline obsession in our culture, it does connect to the adrenochrome cult. They found many ways to stimulate or trigger adrenaline rushes for their victims. And I think this is just morphed into our current culture where, they're triggering adrenaline rushes for us, not because they want our blood, but it's a good way to prevent people from ever thinking clearly. You can't have an adrenaline rush and calmly think about anything. So that's one of the tools in their toolbox for keeping us stupid.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to get away from it. I do watch sports sometimes, and it's mostly about adrenaline and with dopamine, getting the quick thrill.
All right.
What else?
I would say it's very slow in the fakeology world. There's been no shootings. This fake war just carries on. It's off. Nobody has any idea what's going on. There's no imagery. There's just words. There's just nothing to sink our teeth into. That's my take on the world. I don't really it's summertime, so most people have tuned right out of the media, myself included. There's really nothing to get excited about. I only go on Drudge when I do the show.
Fair enough. I know.
Here, there's an oil tanker. An oil tanker hits a mine. Big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody care? What's the price of oil? That's all anyone really cares about.
Already too high. Yeah. Well, that's true. But as I said last time, it's explosions and gunshots are only part of the fakery in this world.
Mm-hmm.
They are the spectacles, absolutely. But,
oil is down 5%.
The real damage is being done by non-spectacular fakery, like central banking and stuff that doesn't have the appeal of bullets and bombs. I wanted to do a little reading to close out the show.
Okay, that's fine. That's good.
It is admittedly inspired by your view that money can explain almost everything.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's my favorite opinion.
I know, and I wanted to challenge it a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
So let me begin. One common perception is that money or greed for money is the origin of evil and the unified field theory of the economic universe. If I may invoke Einstein's obsession with the unified field theory.
Okay. I don't know what that is, but
that's his attempt to resolve or combine, unify both electromagnetic theory or whatever it is and gravity, which we know doesn't exist. And the story claim is that he spent 20 years, the end of his life, pondering and working on this. It's BS. But my point is that we can never explain anything, or certainly not everything, with one idea. Like, you can't explain everything just with money, and I'm sure you wouldn't go that far either.
No, it's just sort of just an underlying theme in all my beliefs.
Right. All right, let me continue here. Is our attraction to money that powerful? Do no deeper forces motivate our actions, our conscience and sadism, fear of death, war, loneliness, and desire for sex, peace, and love? Of course, these are also motivators. And the byproducts of our desire for money, or vice versa. Money is a byproduct of our desire for money is a byproduct of our desire for these other things. Is money merely a tool? Yeah, in part, a tool to achieving our desires. But for the people who create money, who control our monetary system, for them, money is just a tool for controlling us. Why do they want to control us? Well, not because they want money. After all, they create it. They want control because they are sadists. That's my theory. I did a short lecture on why sadism and also cowardice, fear of death, are the two main forces shaping the minds of the people who run this world. So I propose that people who care about money cannot become rich, very rich, because if they cared, they would always be using their money to help poor people become rich too. They would not want to profit from wars, even fake wars. They would not pay themselves millions while paying employees thousands. They would not destroy families by making life too expensive for women to stay home and care for children. But if the men who rule the world are sadists, then yeah, it's easy to understand why they are so good at not feeling the suffering they inflict on others as they generate more profits for themselves, profits they don't really need for the most part. For sadists, sadism isn't sadism or sadism, it's joyism. Although sadism can generate profits, greed for money cannot explain the motivations of the ruling class because they are the creators of money. Members of the world controlling club, WCC, have no desire for money because they absolutely control it. They print it, fake it, inflate it, deflate it, distribute it to anyone ready to pay for it. They have more money than they know what to do with. And money is only a tool with which they manipulate us and suck the life out of us for their pleasure. So, yeah, in the past I played with, or try to understand what makes this world run, what makes the elite run, and well, money was a common explanation. And I was deeply into Nietzsche, and he would say power more than anything. But now I think power is still a euphemism. It's really sadism. And of course, Nietzsche was certainly whitewashed the ruling class and never had a bad word to say about them.
I worked for them.
Yeah, as all famous authors do.
Sure. Those are the patrons. not going to badmouth their patrons.
Yeah, and they might even be family of these, world ruling, the aristocratic families. So, well, I made a little list of things that can't be explained by money.
Okay.
And number one, Chinese slaves built the useless and unprofitable Great Walls of China, and slaves around the world dug catacombs and necropolises.
Mm-hmm.
These were huge projects. Number two, U.S. governments don't invest in the crumbling infrastructure that allowed the U.S. economy to generate enormous profits. Why don't they fix that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's because when it falls apart, they're going to make more money somehow. Number three, governments and billionaires continue funding many unprofitable businesses and projects, such as mainstream news outlets and, I guess, data centers.
Well, data centers, yeah, that's still in the build phase, and
yeah,
those numbers haven't hit the books yet. So we're gonna see what happens. That's an unknown. It's a bit of a Hail Mary. So yeah, that's an ongoing discussion.
Right.
Invest now and hope for a payoff later.
You would agree that mainstream news outlets are no longer making money?
I would agree with that. They're making probably only pharmaceutical money.
Oh, yeah.
They're the only advertisers, but I would say they're just propaganda outlets.
Right.
So they're loss leaders to promote whatever is in the business interest of whoever's paying for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's mind control.
Well, yeah, it's propaganda. I just watched a good YouTube video on it's a channel that he dedicates to failed businesses.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the milk business, which is in steep decline in the United States. And he just discussed the history of that business.
Wow.
Starting in the 1800s. Mm-hmm. And the government really, they set up all kinds of cartels and milk boards to promote the consumption of milk. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to make a pronouncement on whether milk is right or wrong for humans. Cow's milk, animal milk.
Yeah, just
dairy.
A business. Yeah.
But the government definitely was there to serve the businesses, which I guess the people that own things own the government. And now milk is in pretty steep decline.
Uh-huh.
And actually, it's kind of interesting that there are some people for and some people against dairy, but it might be interesting to you that some people think that the Dutch people are as big as they are because it's the highest consuming dairy country in the world.
No kidding. Yeah, that's probably, and all those hormones and
well, even before that, the Dutch are some of the tallest.
Yeah, it's a long history.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's because of dairy or not, but that's just maybe a coincidence, or there's maybe.
I have a good joke for that one. Now it's time to lighten things up a bit. But
oh, sure.
Why are Dutch people so tall? Yeah, it's well, the country is partly below sea level. It's quite low lying. Maybe the average elevation is
the lowlands.
Yeah, and so I argue that regular flooding has eliminated short people.
Oh, all brown. Got it.
Yes.
I gotcha. So they were naturally selected out of society.
Correct. Yeah. That's just a little comedy, but
human milk is the best thing for you, Ryler. Well, good luck finding a lactating woman these days, especially without having children anymore. So that's the thing.
If you have 10 more minutes, I can round it off in 10.
Yeah, 10 more minutes. That's fine.
Less. Yeah. All right.
Okay, go for it.
Example number 5 of something that doesn't make money, what seems to satisfy sadists. Number 5. In 1986, the people at NASA ensured that millions of elementary school children saw the televised launch of the space shuttle
Yeah.
that supposedly carried a young teacher astronaut and exploded in midair, traumatizing millions of children, I suppose. What sick people in charge, man.
So you're saying that has nothing to do with money?
No, in that case, I don't see a financial benefit. That's, well, installing televisions in classrooms maybe, but why did they have to intentionally televise a traumatic incident?
Well, one, it's to keep people paying attention, and two,
Oh, true. Yeah.
it's to keep the money flowing in for NASA. So if they had that big failure, that probably means they need more money to fix
Yeah, it's a little
those
counterintuitive.
O-rings.
It's if they were really, what's the word, accountable, you would fire them all. But anyway, yeah, maybe money can explain it in part. But
Well,
the
yeah,
choice, you know.
NASA's agenda is to shift government money into funding technological research. So it's to get the government's money, government cheese, which relates to dairy, which is a whole story. The government buying all the cheese, milk products to make cheese, just to keep the farmers from going bankrupt. That's the story.
Yeah.
So did NASA funding increase after
1980?
After Challenger?
6, yeah. Well, it's been increasing year by year regardless. But it should have declined really after you make a mistake like that.
Yeah, they should have been put out of business.
Yeah. Another one, similar, I suppose.
Let me just quickly relate this to money.
Okay.
Yes, NASA's funding increased after the Challenger disaster, January 28th, 1986. Key details. NASA's 1986 appropriation, the year of the accident, was about $7.66 billion. The final FY 1987 appropriation rose to $10.5 billion. This included a one-time $2.1 billion specifically to build a replacement orbiter for Challenger. So yeah, they got quite a bit more money. Looks like 33% more.
That's a crazy raise for
That's a lot of money.
It's a crazy raise for a failure.
The jump was driven by the need to replace the lost orbiter, implement safety reforms, and restart the shuttle program after a multi-year stand down. Without the disaster-related supplemental funding for the new vehicle, the underlying budget trajectory would have been lower. And that sort of goes... we had some police shootings in Ontario in the last month, nothing in the last week or two. And in the last week, it's been revealed that crime is way down in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Way down. So now the question is, how do you justify the police budget when crime numbers are going down? But is it a coincidence that all these shootings occurred before that statistic was released? Because the two don't go together. The two ideas are opposed.
You mean declining crime rate and then sudden shootings and dead police?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So the statistics are that the crime is going down. People are getting older. There are fewer younger people. They're the ones that cause trouble, young men, usually. So what's going on? Do we really need an army patrolling the streets?
Even as the economy is getting worse, fewer crimes. It's hard to believe, but okay.
Well, so there's that. That was something I heard on the radio this week. That
I guess the criminals are all addicted to their cell phones and can't get away.
Well, whatever's happening.
Well, yeah. All right, I got two more examples and then a couple of visuals.
Okay.
Malaysian flight 370, 2013, right?
Oh yeah, that was a long one.
The
Long
number
time ago already.
Yeah, the number 370 reduces to 20, and January, what was it for the date of the Challenger accident?
Challenger was January 28th, 1986.
Yeah, 2/8 and January 1 for January, so you got the 11 there. But yeah, Malaysian flight 370 had 227 passengers, number 11 again, 227. Was that good for business? Not
We
good for
talked. Well, we talked about that.
Yeah, did we?
Way back in the day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was probably I can't remember what some of our fakeologist conclusions were. It's probably related to money though again, but I want to know what happened after the fact. There were 2 Malaysian events.
Yeah, right. One farther north, and this one was I forgot, but between the Pacific and the Indian Ocean, somewhere around there in south.
Well, one was supposedly shot down over the Ukraine, something like that.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. We had quite a spate of airline disasters. Last example of.
Do you want to know was there any financial fallout after that?
For that airline, I'd be surprised if it wouldn't, but geez. People do have to fly for business reasons, and I think we're all saturated with tragedies, so we tend to just ignore them, move on.
Well, I'm just trying to find a financial angle because you're refuting my finances, everything to do with everything.
Yeah.
Yes, significant financial fallout hit Malaysia Airlines, compounded by the later loss of MH17 in July 2014, followed by major restructuring and lasting industry changes.
Yeah, as you say, maybe it was good for the media. It was quite an event, but mainstream media is not doing well anyway.
Oh, wait here. So they were already bankrupt anyway. Once the Ukraine thing, that was the final nail in the coffin. And then what happened was Malaysia has a sovereign wealth fund, the Khazanah Nasional. They fully nationalized the airline in 2014, 2015, booting out the remaining shareholders, delisted the company from the stock exchange, and created a national airline. So there's your money angle. So they got billions of dollars to be nationalized. They laid off 6,000 people. They reduced their networks and redid all their debt, which basically means they walk away from a lot of it.
That was 6 years after the accident or vanishing?
No, it was
2019.
right after.
Oh, okay, right after. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's all about money.
Yeah, very much is. But
so I'm trying to tell you that,
and
I didn't know that this is the final. I didn't even look into it back in the day, but this is the money angle.
Yeah, and this might not be an either or choice either. If sadistic behavior generates profits, then okay, then they work together.
Well, you can call it sadism, you can call it whatever you want, but to me, it's everything. A lot of these events, many of the events, are just to extract money from the public into the private.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It's
nobody would agree to increase taxes, increase debt.
No,
the government ultimately controls the money, and they give it to their buddies in the private.
Yeah,
That's how the rich get rich. It's government cheese.
yeah. To invoke the cannibal theme, it's like a blood transfusion
Yeah.
from us. Yeah.
Lenin said follow the money. Wow. Lenin, a great Soviet leader.
Last example, just our language, which will be hard to explain financially. Our language is coated with mockery and sadistic themes. For example, painting is pain-ting.
Okay.
Suffrage leads to suffering. Music has sick in it. Mourning is the time for mourning. We've talked about that. Stocks are also medieval stocks that punished criminals. People are pee-poles, just poles that pee, urinate.
You are really stretching the word salad there.
Nah, people.
Yeah.
Wakes, waking up are also funerals, and funerals are fun. So, yeah.
Hey, your buddy Doug is in the chat. Your chat.
Oh, good. Hey,
Welcome back, Doug.
My last share, a couple of logos and a couple of paintings.
Okay.
And
you like your paintings?
Yeah, well, they're easy to work with as a writer. I can't put a movie into my text, so paintings are really helpful or useful. So here we have two logos in the center of organizations that work for children. And one is Save the Children, the logo there, red. And the head is separated from the body. And it's red, blood red. And on the left, we have a painting with baby heads flying.
Oh, one's a mother, one's a baby, I would say.
Yeah, the mother is supposed to be, well, she's got a lot of babies there. She's just a...
Oh, I was looking at the blue UNICEF logo. You're talking about the picture, yeah.
Yeah. And who is that woman supposed to be? Was that Mary?
It says Mary Magdalene.
Right, how ridiculous, They put whatever names they want on these women. It's ridiculous. The woman just behind her in mauve and black, looking up, she's holding a cat of 9 tails or 6 tails or whatever. What on earth? What kind of sick people are we dealing with here? And the decapitated baby heads. You find them here in the churches, of course, sculpted and painted in Catholic churches. Common theme, so strange. Unless they're sacrificing babies for that, fountain of youth, literal youth. And then there's the UNICEF logo, which has the 2 laurel branches. Now,
peace,
pardon?
Peace, yeah, peace.
Yeah, that's the common interpretation of the laurel leaf wreath. You see the young man on the right, he's supposed to be Apollo, but that's what they say. It's just a young man, a sacrificial boy, I'd say, wearing a laurel wreath. And, well, the real purpose of the laurel wreath, or the real symbolic value, is as garnish. The laurel leaf is a garnish, like what's that leaf called? I forgot, but it's aromatic. Goes well with cooking.
Bailey leaf?
That's it, yeah.
I got it right? Well, I don't even cook.
Yeah, neither do I anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, that's the good thing.
You're eating raw still, are you?
Absolutely, I can't stop that.
Okay, if you're sure it's better for you.
Well, absolutely. My body has spoken, and it cleared up a lot of symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm still off almonds and possibly my fake olive oil.
But do you eat dairy, being a Dutchman?
No.
No dairy. Man, your diet is so limited. I'm
It
actually
is,
going to
yeah.
start trying raw milk again.
Yeah, I recommend that. It's probably
Oh,
better.
you do?
Yeah, not because I think it's the best, but it's got to be better than homogenized, sterilized.
Yeah, it's going to come from a water buffalo though, because I don't think you can sell.
You-
I don't know the status in Ontario, but I'm pretty sure that the milk cartel is
no,
using the Food Inspection Agency to shut down anyone
right.
that is interfering with their monopoly.
Yeah, you can find it here though.
Well, you don't have milk cartels in Mexico, I guess.
I think we do, but it's there's just the government doesn't have as much reach and influence over
Mhm.
everything here.
Right, but don't forget, it's not the government, it's the industry that uses the government to protect their business.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't like to let's you got to go to the source. So the milk cartel,
Mhm.
they're the ones that use the government to beat any competition that comes along. That's
Yeah.
how I look at it.
Yeah, I had some raw meat, raw milk friends here. They were happy.
Oh yeah, so that you were able to get them
Their
their
milk,
raw
yeah,
milk. Oh wow.
right. Raw milk.
Anul Ola Tingua says, I will poison myself by consuming dairy. I eat dairy, so I'm not dead so far. Sycamore Knox says, I use raw milk for kefir.
Yeah, nice.
And Squirrel Waffin's making jokes in the chat. He likes to joke. That's good. Keep up the comedy. Well, I wanted to point out that if you want to support the show, value for value, I still promote fakeologist.com/donate. And I just found out recently that the wallet of Satoshi, which is a wallet that holds sats, which are 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin, they use the Lightning Network, which is a sub network of the blockchain, but it is not the blockchain. So anything that comes through your wallet or leaves your wallet is totally private, which I was surprised. In other words, it's not on the blockchain. And the payments are almost instant with no fees that I can tell. So I really encourage people to go set up a wallet of Satoshi. I use it all the time. I have at least one farmer that I pay with Satoshis, which is, again, the transactions are all private. They're not on the blockchain. And I want to thank Sam the Clam. He sent me some Satoshi and the only reason I know it was Sam is he put it in the note. You can create a little note when you send the money, the Satoshis.
Mhm.
And one other person sent me one Satoshi, which was sort of a test. And that person didn't have a name. And another guy named Gino, who I have talked to before, he sent a few Satoshis, maybe 5,000 Satoshis, which is a couple dollars. So anyway, it does work and it's super fast.
Mhm.
Now, I will, if you want to send me your wallet of Satoshi email address, because you get an email address when you sign up for Wallet of Satoshi. It's their internal email address. It's not your email. It's what they give to your wallet. If you send me your Wallet of Satoshi email address, so it'll be whatever at walletofsatoshi.com, I will send you one Satoshi as a test to show you it works. So I will send you one Satoshi. And if you allow me to be the first person to send you the Satoshi, then I will get a small spiff when you fund your wallet with Bitcoin. So there you go. Cool. Explain Topper. That is part of Satoshi. I don't know Topper. So anyway, I would recommend it. I would recommend it, Peter. If you don't have a wallet, you should probably look into it.
I probably should.
Because we take other forms. We take Donor Box. We take PayPal. They all take a pretty good fee, though. And why give them anything when you don't have to? So that's it for my financial lecture. Good luck to everyone in the markets this week.
Yeah. One last joke, since Squirrel Waffen is going on about language, and you challenged my people pun.
Okay.
There's another one, Gentiles. Those are also people, and Gentiles. The origin would be genitals.
Okay. I don't know. Is that, well,
maybe not.
Yeah, it's a little low. Just make a video how to create a wallet.
Okay.
Well, really, it's you just install the app on your phone and you've created the wallet. That's it. That's all you do. There's nothing to do. Just install the app and you have a wallet. How many clicks is that? 2 clicks? So it's pretty easy. I can't really
I don't doubt it's easy. I don't doubt, yeah.
I can't give you much. I can't make it easier than that. You download the app and then it will make the wallet. And then you will have an address. And then you will send me at fakeologist.com. Just send me your Satoshi address. I will send you 1 Satoshi. And that's it. You will see how fast it works. And then you can send it back to me if you want, or it's not going to be able, you can't cash it in because it won't add up to anything. But
yeah, I'm still using cash here almost for everything. And on Tuesday, I'll be visiting a man who has devoted most of his life to trying to promote an alternative currency, like a local currency. He's a good fellow, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I know it's not going to work. Most people don't change their behavior ever. Even young people, really hard to get them to change.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a new currency. You're either gonna use Bitcoins or the US dollar. That's the only world currency there is. So you may as well just accept it and don't bother. And then they don't allow competition anyway. So no other competition is gonna work.
Exactly.
They're not gonna last.
Yeah. If an alternative currency was popular, it would be stamped out very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, that's my challenge to the good listenership here. And on Prophet of Fiction, you guys on his channel should look into it. And if you can encourage merchants to take it, then you'll just help the whole thing. And I still think Bitcoin is the future of, or is a storage of value. It's not the only storage of value. So I do think it's worth diversifying, and Bitcoin is now up 1% in the last 24 hours. I think Bitcoin has sort of hit a bottom. It didn't really go that low, but it went into the lowest 60s, I believe, 60,000. But I think we're going back up. Next stop, 100,000. So there you go. Thanks, everybody. Tomorrow is Mr. E, and the difference between our past shows is we are going to hopefully stream live on his YouTube channel, which is, I think, has 12,000 subscribers. So it could be a very busy show.
Who's that?
Mr. E.
Oh, good. Wow.
Yeah. So I really want to try and get on these. I really want to co-broadcast with these big channels, because if anything else, they're going to bring in more listeners, viewers to Fakeologist.
Yeah, I'll need a few more years to get to 12,000.
Well, I will too. I'm barely over 1,000. I get no traction, but obviously that's just the way it's going to be unless something big happens. So I still think that the androgyne angle, I get a lot of mockery for it, but I still think that Mystery is onto something. I think it is a deception. It went pretty mainstream in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And whenever I say something kind of outrageous, it gets me a lot of flack. But I still think there's something there. Mr. E's the best guy to explain it. So that's why he's on. So thank you, Tommy Rogers, Squirrel Waffen. Thanks to Sam the Clam for sponsoring tonight's show with his Satoshis. Thanks to Peter. And we'll be off next week as well.
All right. Enjoy.
Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow. Take care, everybody.